Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel at commaik. In today's video, I will show you how I dry out the basement in my house I am installing a new horizontal barrier in the walls. This time, I am using an injection cream. If you want to know how this works, how I get the stuff into the wall, and if you want to see how it all works, stay tuned, it's about to start. The room you see behind me belongs to a house that was built in the year 1900. There is no solid foundation here. Here was built directly into the ground. In the past, I installed drainage around the house. Laid and over time, the walls have dried out. In this area, relatively well, because the basement is at ground level here. However, you can see that the walls in the basement have moisture damage. The walls are slowly crystallizing, they are salting out. The moisture is still continuously rising from the soil rises up into the basement walls where it evaporates. The salts remain in the process, in the wall, and are blooming out. I have already applied special renovation plaster. The color is specifically for damp rooms and the room is properly ventilated. I generally have no problems with mold and moisture damage. Nevertheless, I would like to make the basement a bit more livable. As you can see here, the paint is peeling off when I lightly run my hand over it. The plaster is really falling off. Unfortunately, it just doesn't look nice at all. To test if it is still intact. If it's worth fixing walls, check wall wetness. For this, I have acquired a moisture meter. It's relatively simple in the handling. You can find the link to purchase below in the video description. I turn on the device. And the color display activates. A click on the upper button for calibration and already, I can measure the moisture of the walls. For this, I just hold the moisture meter against the wall. You can see it. Almost 40% moisture. This is in the middle range as you can see here. Now, if I further down, where the salts are efflorescing, the moisture is already clearly rising. Here, where the wall looks significantly worse, in this particular area, I am already at 52%. It is early January. It has been raining continuously for the last 2 months. In summer, the measurement values are of course significantly better. Nevertheless, it is not the purpose of the matter that the paint and plaster are peeling and the walls no longer look as nice. For this reason, I want to do something about the damp walls. There are various possibilities. One possibility is, for example, the subsequent installation of a horizontal barrier in the masonry. Today I am using an injection cream. It releases a chemical substance that migrates deep into the masonry. There it hardens and forms a hydrophobic layer. The water can no longer pass through there. Anyone who has been following the channel closely will know that I have addressed this in the other basement areas, which I have already done this underground. There, I used injection liquids that are infused into the wall with a funnel. Over time, I have had good experiences. Here, I would like to try the slightly thicker injection cream. The installation works relatively easily. I look for a spot down here, about 10-15 centimeters above the floor, the joint. This is the horizontal mortar layer between the bricks. For this, I will first remove the plaster and expose the wall. Afterwards, I will drill horizontal holes in the wall at intervals of 10-12 centimeters. The holes must be made in such a way, be deep enough to reach up to 5 centimeters before the end of the wall. That is relatively long. The walls in my walls can be up to 1 meter wide. Here, the walls are 36 centimeters and 48 centimeters wide. That's a whole amount. Once I have drilled the holes, I will apply the injection cream inject the cartridge press into the drill holes. Then the holes are sealed again. I will measure the moisture values and draft protocol. Then I will look for a week, in a month, and so on, take another measurement. So you see, it is worth it. Be sure to watch the video until the end. This way, you can see if it was worth it and whether the moisture in the walls and in the basement has gone down. But before I get started, now is the right time to click the like button below the video. That supports me and my channel. This helps me move forward. If you are interested and want to replicate the drying process, you can find the links to all the products I use under the video. Same price for you and a small commission for me and my channel. This finances my projects. Enough advertisement. Let's get started. I will knock off the plaster and prepare the drill holes. I very carefully exposed the plaster at this point and also quickly found the bed joint. The stones are absolutely and meticulously laid level. I can mark the joint along the entire length. The manufacturer recommends removing the plaster over a large area up to 80 centimeters above the damaged areas. I have read. This is certainly also due to the fact that the moisture that is already in masonry can evaporate better, although no new water comes from below. But the moisture is already inside the wall. I am indeed the pragmatist. These walls, I have plastered it meticulously. When tapping on it, I noticed that the plaster is really solid. It only blooms on the surface. For this reason, I will not expose the masonry. I will mark the height on the plaster with a level and the marking for my making drill holes. I marked the bed joint on the wall and measured at a distance of 10. I marked my drill holes at 10 cm. I chose 10 cm because I am using a 12 mm drill. I will use holes to find out how deep I need to drill the holes in the basement wall. I first need to find out what wall thickness I have. Ideally, I can measure the wall thickness in the window reveal. At the open window or door, I can measure the wall thickness with a folding rule. Twilight, glare and the like must naturally be removed. For me, it is not quite so simple as the basement walls. Not all sections have been built the same way. Here the wall is 36 cm thick. Back there as well. 36 cm. On the other side of the house the walls are already 1 meter thick, however they are not built with bricks. I have already marked the drill so that I know how deep I can be drilled in total. The 36 cm thick wall minus 5 cm space to the outside results in a drilling depth of 31 cm. I marked this 31 cm with a piece of tape on the drill. Now drill the holes into the wall and then the drilling dust will be thoroughly vacuumed out. After that, can I press the injection cream into the wall? It took almost 2 hours to drill the holes into the wall. Why? The wall was relatively damp in the back part, and the drill had quite a hard time reaching the 31 cm drilling depth. To come. In between, I cleaned the holes with my vacuum cleaner, and then second time with the drill into the hole. This made it easier to handle the moist, clay-like drilling dust. To find out. At the moment, I am considering whether to leave the drill holes open for a while so that the wall dries out faster. However, I finally want to try the injection cream. What is your opinion? Should the drill holes remain open for a while as a kind of ventilation system? Or perhaps should I use the moisture in the wall to initiate and activate the chemical substances? To optimize? Please leave a comment under the video. I am curious about what you think. You can recommend to me. Nevertheless, I will fill the holes with the injection cream and I have already prepared a little for this. I have gotten myself a new cartridge gun. There, the 60 cm long tube bags also fit inside. This way, I can get the cream all the way to the back. To get into the wall, I carefully and securely attached a piece of hose to the funnel at the front. With the heat from the lighter sticks well. The hose comes from an old hose level. It fits perfectly into the drill holes. I am curious if it will work like that. It works as I imagined. I will now insert the injection cream bag, carefully mount the nozzle and cut open the bag. Then I press the injection cream into the drill holes. Drill a hole into the wall. Afterwards, the drill holes should be sealed again. I will not get a large bag of cement mortar or renovation plaster for the small amount of mortar. Procure and mix. For these approximately 20 drill holes, I keep it very simple. I have bought a tube of ready-made repair mortar. This stuff is really great. You can use the mortar for small repairs. Cracks in the walls can be easily applied with the cartridge gun and smooth it out. Done. Enough talking. Now let's get started. I am really curious about how I will get the injection cream into the drill holes.
weeks later, the holes have become a little bit more than they were slightly before. It has been reopened slightly. Here, I need to work on it again with the cement mortar. But has the drying process already been worth it? When I look at my graphs in my Home Assistant, then for sure, the humidity is slowly but steadily has gone down. But what does it look like in the wall? Is new moisture coming up from below, or does only the remaining moisture evaporate from the wall into the room? Is the wall at some point so dry that the overall climate improves significantly? It's time to take the first steps. Evaluating results. In addition to my measuring device for wall moisture, I also use Smart Home Assistant, measuring devices from Tapo that display the room temperature and humidity. These devices are connected to my network, and through my Home Assistant I can read how the values have developed. Very nice. But this data doesn't tell me anything a lot about how the values in the wall are. For this reason, I am now conducting the test on this wall. I had taken the initial values of the wall moisture directly at the very beginning of the process, which was crucial for accuracy and precision. Wall noted. Now I can make the direct comparison, turn on the device and calibrate the device. Originally I had a wall moisture of 63.3 here. Currently you see on the maximum scale of 52.8, which is indeed a remarkably significant achievement. This is undoubtedly a significantly better value compared to the previous one. The original value was 78.7, which was considerably lower. Currently 83, here the value is a bit higher. A second measurement, okay, here it remains higher. 82.1 to 58. Here, as you can see, the value has clearly improved significantly. Over there in the distance, you can clearly observe and notice how the salts are blooming out of the wall once more. Again. 57.2 to 56.6. A little bit of moisture in the wall has also slightly decreased here a little bit. The development on my blue wall behind me has also progressed quite similarly. In most holes, the wall moisture has decreased slightly. In 2 to 3 holes, it has also slightly increased. I suspect that the injection cream is spreading upwards, spreads around the drill holes. This can be clearly seen by the dark rings. This is the liquid that expands out of the drill hole into the wall and seals it there. Whether this new horizontal barrier will work in the medium and long term, I cannot tell you today. Cannot say yet. My test after 2 and 4 weeks is definitely positive. If you want to see what it all looks like in a year, subscribe to my channel. I will be posting in about to produce another video after 12 months. Then I will draw a conclusion after a year. Be excited and looking forward to this video. I am looking forward to the exchange with you. Write your feedback in the comment section under the video. Let me know what experience you have, what you have gathered, and what you can recommend to me. What products do you use? I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, I would also appreciate it if you give my video a like. It helps me move forward. If you plan to use the products for drying as well, and also support my channel, if you still want to support, see the description. Everything is provided for you. Products that I use here are linked, same price for you and a small commission for me. My channel and the many new projects that I still plan to undertake, I thank you for that. And I am already looking forward to the continuation in about 12 months. Ciao, until next time.